That was the wrong way around. Hello, Facebookers. Wow. Welcome to the FutureMorphs live. Let me put down this a little bit as well. Well, it's sort of a surprise live, but well, I didn't do a live for quite a long time, I guess. And also I have some snakes that, well, at least two that are done laying eggs, I think, and one female that it might be still laying, but I will check live with you as well. So I was thinking to do a video about how to remove the eggs from a female, and also how to set up the eggs, and speak about the medium I use and the incubator and the temperatures and stuff like that. So if you like snakes, corn snakes especially, and if you like eggs and maybe you are breeding yourself, then this is the video for you. If you are watching live, I already see Sebastian saying hey, so hello, so don't be afraid to say hello. As always, if you have any questions during the live, just write a comment and I will answer it live. Yeah, asking is free, of course. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Marciano is also saying hi, hello. By the way, today is, if you are watching this at another day or another time, now I'm live at, what is it, the 28th on Thursday, and it's just after 2 o'clock. So if you watch this later than today, hi everybody, hi. But I'm not live anymore, sorry, so I cannot shout out your name. It happens every time I stop the live, and then people just see it on their live feed or in their Facebook feed. And then they will start asking questions and stuff. So sorry, I cannot reply. Well, I did some preparations already. And I dropped some preparations already. So maybe you know, but I have like these sort of breeding cards. It's just an A4 paper, which I write. The male is in blue, the female is in pink. So in this case, is it reversed for you, by the way? I tried to set my phone that you can see it, but well, to me it looks reversed, but I hope you can read it. Otherwise, I will read it for you. So the male is a normal head scaleless palmetto amel with some possible heads, and the female is a palmetto possible head scaleless. So it's her first year breeding. So I hope she proves out head scaleless, because then I can make palmetto scaleless. So yeah, I started introducing the male here at the 1st of March, and then took it off 2 days later, and so. Usually about once a week. Oh, Marciano, it's reversed. Sorry. Oh, wait, what? No, that doesn't work. Never mind. I saw a new button. Sorry, but then, yeah, I will just tell you. So about once a week I introduce the male. I also write all the sheds. So the female shed at the 13th of March for the first time since I started recording it this year, and she shed again the 18th of April, so that's just 1 month and 5 days extra. So the sheds are really important. So if you breed snakes, at least keep track of all the sheds, because if an adult female sheds like a month in between, you know it's a pre-lay shed. So well, it doesn't have to be, but a normal adult snake doesn't shed once every month, of course. So she shed on the 18th, and now it's the 28th, so 10 days later, she got some eggs. Well, all this data I will also write on just a piece of paper with the clutch number. So this is clutch number 18 of the year. So I will put everything on there as well. But before we can remove the eggs, I will bring you to room number 2. And I will show you how I prepare my vermiculite. So, for incubating the eggs, I use the 3-liter Braplas boxes without any holes. And, I even have a light here. I use sort of pretty coarse vermiculite. You can get it finer as well, but I like it a little bigger. Connection issues again. It is pretty coarse, and I use a 1.3 liter Braplas for it. So, well, this is the easiest part. Ta-da! Damn it, my connection keeps in that corner. So then you have the 3-liter Braplas, about this full with vermiculite. You can use more, you can use less, but this sort of works for me, especially with the amount of water I will add. So yeah, I will have to go back in the corner, but I hope it will work. So I will use not hot water, but And I will use 1 milliliter cup. I'm hoping. And whoop, I just pour it in like this. Whoop, sometimes, if I'm not sure, I do a little extra. Whoop. Well, here, but yeah, with the bad connection, I will just go back to a better Wi-Fi connection part of the house. So, we're back. So, to mix the vermiculite and the water, because now, of course, some pieces are really wet and some are not, I just shake it. And then it's mixed pretty well already. So now you have damp vermiculite. It can clump up a little bit, but it doesn't, if you squeeze it, no water will come out. And your hand is clean again, sort of. Well, let me put myself back in the stand. This is way easier to do with 2 hands, by the way. So if you ever do this yourself, don't do a live. But, oh well, I do it all for you. By the way, I saw Stan watching. Stan said hello. So, hello. So yeah, I have the box of damp vermiculite. I have all my paperwork. Now let's get the snake. Maybe I don't even have to say it, but of course don't shake the eggs a lot. So if you take out the box, like don't drop it or whatever. And then let's whoop, switch again. Oh, whoop. Ta-ta. So I think she was already done earlier today, but sometimes it is difficult to know if a female is done laying or not. Her tail is here, obviously. So if you would see a large lump here still, especially in the end, or, well, that part of the body, then you sort of know she is still busy. But at the moment, how she looks pretty skinny. So I think she's done. So I will remove the eggs, and then I always check the female if there are no eggs still inside, because yes, she can also be egg bound somewhere like here. So just one egg that might be stuck or whatever. So always check that. I will switch the camera again. Franco, hello, and Fiona is watching. Hello, hello. Let me see how I can do this. So I hope you're not getting seasick. But yeah, like I said, I really need 2 hands for this. So what I usually do, it depends on the female, how she reacts. Usually what I do, the females are pretty relaxed as long as they're in the lay box. So you have 2 options basically. One, remove the female, and then you have like rest. You can easily grab the eggs. What I usually try first is to grab the eggs with the female still there, because she's not super coiled around. Usually they're quite relaxed if you just take the eggs. But if the female is really coiled around, or her tail is like in between the eggs so she can flip them over, then of course don't do it. Then remove the female first. But in this case, yeah, I think I can do it. So let's just see how that works. So the eggs are stuck together, but that's not a problem. That is even a little more convenient. So look, see, their tail is around there, but plop. Oh, 1 loose egg, also don't forget that. Like I said before, make sure the eggs don't roll a lot, because that can kill the embryo inside. But to be honest, it doesn't matter if they move a little bit out. Yeah, I don't want to do it, of course, because why risk it? But let's say the eggs were in this hand. If you do a little bit like this, it's really not a problem. But don't keep them upside down or whatever. Probably it's also not going to mess with them if they're freshly laid. But why risk it? So next thing I always do is count the eggs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 eggs. Well, that's not bad for a first time female. I sort of press them a little bit into the vermiculite. So most of the eggs will touch the vermiculite, but for instance, this egg doesn't touch anything now. So of course, the humidity is in the air as well. But what I always do to make sure they don't dehydrate while incubating is grab some of the damp moss from the female and just scatter it around. So it doesn't have to be totally covered, but at least all the eggs are touching either the sphagnum moss or the vermiculite, and all the water or the moisture will go everywhere. So that is all. Oh fuck, what is, oh, 14 eggs, I almost forgot. So I write down 14.0, with me that means, or well, how I use it is, it means 14 good eggs and 0 slugs. Because yeah, well, I also want to know how much slugs, like in infertile eggs, a female will give, of course. But yeah, that's why I wrote the 14.0. What I will do next, but I will do it after the video is done. But I usually take out the female, or at least leave her in the box. But I will clean the box itself. I keep the moss there, so at least she has some smell of herself still left. But I usually clean the entire tub. But like I said, I will do it later, and I will also check her. Well, so what you will do, you will just usually look at the belly, and because she just laid all these eggs, she looks pretty skinny, as you can see. So if there is an egg, you will definitely see it. But another thing, what you can definitely or should also do, is just let her crawl through your hands. So let her just crawl back in the box. Oh, is it? Yeah. And just keep your fingers there, and just let it go like this, and you will feel a bigger lump if she still has an egg. So. Good job, mommy. Now, fingers crossed that she turns out, that the 66% head scalers turns out as a 100% head scalers. Now, let's walk to the incubator with camera and eggs. And I have to be careful. Ta-ta! Incubator. So, well, how do you put eggs in incubator? Well, that's really easy, just like this. That's it. It's that simple. I also write down on here the eggs, because I want to keep track of how many eggs I have in total. And also how many slugs, by the way. I just keep track of everything. Yeah, maybe people saw my incubators before, but I just made them myself basically like a terrarium. They're made of, we say meubelplaat, so just like the pressed wood, with a sort of a vinyl coating. It has 2 sliding glass doors, just so I can see inside. Heat cable at the back, and there's a little fan there. It doesn't blow hard, but it makes at least the airflow a little bit. This year I did start using different thermostats. So now these are dimming thermostats. So as you can see here, the heat is on, off, on, off. On, off. So constantly, what the thermostat does is constantly gives a little pulse. It's a pulse thermostat, which keeps which heats the heat cable. But a normal, I used to use the Lucky Reptile ones, and they are either, yeah, well, you can set them at 1/2 degree minimum or to a degree, for instance. But it would go, the heat cable would go on. So full blast on until, let's say, 28 degrees. And then it would go off back until it was 27. If it dropped under 27, it would go on full blast again. So you get a little bit more ups and downs. So in theory, this should be a little bit more stable. Are the ups and downs a bad thing for corn snake eggs? No, not at all. They will also hatch at 25 degrees. And they will also hatch probably even at 20 or 22 degrees. But yeah, why risk it? So around 27 degrees I try to incubate them. At the moment in the incubator it is between 26.3, 27.3, 27.1. So there are some differences, but that's fine. Everything basically between 26 and 28 is sort of perfect. I don't like to go above 28 degrees. They can handle it definitely. In the past I had some really warm summers, and I had another incubator, and it was almost 30 degrees for just a short time, of course, not for like weeks or weeks. But even then the eggs still hatched, but why risk it? So yeah, basically that's it. So, what else? We have Denisha saying nice, well, dankjewel, or thanks. Well, I guess you're Dutch, I'm not sure. Lydia, hello eggs, yes, eggies. Marcel is watching, hello. So yeah, like I said, for people who just joined, if you have any questions, it can be about snakes, about eggs, about whatever, just let me know. Ooh, I have another clutch, but I will try, maybe if I set my camera here, so maybe I will keep a connection, hopefully. I will make another box quickly. Well, quickly, it's not that much work, of course, but... So again, it's a 3 liter braadlast. I add 1.3 liter Braplast of coarse vermiculite and about 200 milliliters of water. Oh, extra. Then I will have a lid. Oh, by the way, also these boxes have totally no air holes or something. Also the lid doesn't have any holes. Whoopa. So it's always sort of the battle, I guess, between do you want to keep your humidity inside or do you want to get fresh air in? Because the more holes you have, the more fresh air you have, but also more humidity goes out. So it's always a balance. When I started with snakes, you read in all the books like, oh, fresh air is super important and they really need it. Is that true in my humble opinion? No, I don't think so. I do open these boxes maybe once or twice during incubation, just also to check on the eggs or maybe add moisture if it's needed. Because of course the Braplast box does not seal 100%. But the fresh air, I don't think is that important. Also, a lot of ball python breeders, for instance, they set their eggs into a box and sometimes even put like, oh, what's it called? Like the foil, the transparent foil. We say huishoudfolie in Dutch. So they put the foil over there and then they put a lid on. So it's actually like airtight. And they will just leave it like that for 55 days. So, yeah. Is the fresh air that important? No, I don't think so. But of course, it can never hurt as long as you make sure you also have enough humidity. Let me see. Christophe says, goedemiddag. Marcel says, your videos are really nice and a lot of information. Great and clear explanations. Yay. Thanks, Marcel. Thanks for watching, of course. Laurenson's asking, show some cool morph combos, please. Well, the next one on the list of eggs to grab is a, well, it is a morph, but it's, can you guess? Okay, I will do like this. Before I say it, can you guess the most boring morph a corn snake can be? So just type now what you think is the most boring single gene morph. So don't say a Palmetto Blizzard, because yes, they are boring because they're quite all white. But just a single, yeah, which single morph is the most boring? And then while you type that, I will grab the snake that I think is most boring. And with boring, it doesn't mean it's ugly, because even a normal corn snake is cool, of course. But yeah, I'm curious what you think. Michel or Michael, or however you say his name, ha, he agrees. Laurenson, will you open the incubator for fresh air? No, I don't, but, well, I do open it, of course, if a new clutch has to go in, or if I take a clutch out. So there it will be opened sometimes, of course. But also, it doesn't totally close, because it's just a glass sliding door, so there is some air going around. Also, where the cables are entering, there is a little extra hole, so it's not sealed tight or whatever. Laurenson says, the most boring morph, amelanistic. Well, no, well, at least I disagree. And I will show you which morph to me is the most boring. And that's this morph. It is mask. I don't like mask. No morphs are boring. Well, Michelle, now I said mask, so hopefully I'm curious what you think now. Like I said, it's not an ugly animal at all. I will show her later, but just the morph itself doesn't really add a lot to a snake, I guess. So, oh, also one loose egg. Okay, let me count them again. Save it 17, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 18 in total. So 18 eggs. Let me write it down before I forget. And 0 slugs. Also have a look at these eggs. They have like these little stars on there. I hope it focuses. This one also has a lot. I don't know exactly what it is, but probably it's some form of not enough calcium in that part of the shell, of the egg shell. If you have that, no worries. These will hatch totally fine. Yeah, don't stress it. So again, I will put them a little bit into the vermiculite. Also, so they will connect with the vermiculite, but also just that the lid physically can fit on. That's also, I guess, a good thing to have. Again, some damp moss on there. Chop. Well, also I will clean this one later, but I will do that after the live, because I guess you know how cleaning works. So yeah, speaking about mask, at the top you don't really see anything, but look, the belly is a little cooler, I guess. And some masks have like a cool side pattern, but this also does not have the coolest side pattern. And some masks have a cool head pattern as well, that's why it's called mask. But yeah, this is also a little, well, maybe a little busy head pattern, but it's not that exciting, I guess. But for people who are wondering or thinking like, yeah, but Joshua, if you don't like this, oh no, stay in. If you don't like mask, why do you have mask? Well, 2 reasons. One is that it just pops up sometimes, so I don't actually breed for mask. Like, because I want to get mask, but yeah, it's just in the collection and it sort of pops up here and there. And the second thing is, this female is a mask, but she has had Sunkist, had Lavender, had Caramel, had Hypo, had Amel and had Motley. So there, she is 1 gene showing, but she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others that are sort of, that she's heterozygous for. So, and she's bred to an Amber mask, had Sunkist, Lavender, Motley, possible had Amel. So I hope to prove out the Amel in him as well. So still a nice pairing if you ask me. So now let's put these also in the incubator. There were some questions, or at least some comments I saw. Benno says, good afternoon. Lawrence, a mask. I have a mask, but still young. I don't know how to ID mask. Yeah, like mask usually has some form of strange belly pattern. So instead of just the black dots like this and connecting, at least a middle stripe is usually just patternless. But like the female you saw now, like almost the entire belly is patternless. Well, just at the sides you had some pattern. They usually have a little bit busier sides, but also not always. And yeah, a mask on their head, so the head pattern is a little different. But yeah, especially in some combinations, mask is just useless. The ratio of vermiculite to water, well, if the it's 1.3 liter Braplast with 200 milliliters of water. I just showed you, or well, not you, but it was just in the video earlier. So if you're done watching, then go back and see how I do it. And again, we have the incubator. How do you put eggs in the incubator? You just put them in. Like this. Plop. Put the sensor somewhere. Like there. And let's write 18 eggs on here as well. Ta-da! By the way, I will also put all this, all the genes of the male and the female in my phone, because if I'm at a reptile show, I just want to know what's going on, of course. But I can't do it now because you are watching me live, and I'm recording it with my phone. The last clutch that was being laid, so I really don't know if she's done or not. Well, it's quite a nice female, I guess. It's an Amber Tessera Motley striped, had Sunkist, Amel, Annerie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 genes in total. So let's see what she's up to. No, she's not done yet. I will try to gently show you. Or is she done? No, there is still an egg, I guess. So let's just keep her peaceful for now. Bloop. So, well, that was the egg collecting and eggs setting up. Do you guys have any extra questions? Oh, I see. Do your incubator have a fan? Yeah, it has a small fan. I also, probably you just joined a little later. Well, I showed, there is a little fan for air circulation, but it's in the beginning, well, a little earlier in the video when I put the first clutch in. So, yeah, also just go and have a look at how I set up the first eggs, yeah, for all the ratios and stuff. Christoph asked, why do you use a different thermostat for the incubator? Well, I also answered it or talked about it a little before, but it's a pulse thermostat. So it is new. It's the first year that I will use it like this. But if the live is over, just go back and watch, because otherwise people who are watching from the beginning, they have the same answer again. So it will be a little boring. Any other questions for now? Otherwise, I will just quit the live for now. But if you have any questions about breeding, eggs, snakes, incubating, whatever, just let me know, of course. And I will answer it. And otherwise, I can also do it in the next live video, of course. So I will try, but I don't promise. I should do a live more often. But, well, maybe someday I will be live again. No, I will definitely be, but... So for now, I don't see any new questions. So thanks for watching all. Well, if you have any extra questions, just send me a private message or whatever. And I will get back to you that way. And otherwise, I will see you in the next live. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. Stop. Almost forgot. Usually, if I do videos like this, some people will ask like, oh, what pairings do you have? I will get the question like each year. And I always say, yeah, I don't answer it. The only place you can find my all my breedings is on my Patreon page. So it is a plug. I know you don't have to go there, but if you go to patreon.com/FutureMorphs, I will put a link somewhere down as well. That is my Patreon page, and yes, it does cost you some money, but you will get a lot of extra information and stuff like that. But I did make 2 videos about how I make my breeding plans, and I will also show you all the breedings that I will do. So if you are curious about it and you want to get on a waiting list for certain morphs, go to patreon.com/FutureMorphs and yeah, have a look there. Thanks for watching now. Oh, I have one more question from Long Lei. I hope I say your name right. What is the suitable rank size for the large corn of your... I guess you mean tub size. So the adult females, so these tubs, they are the Vision V35. No, wait, V28. Yeah, those are the 35s. Oh yeah, you don't see it. Those are a little smaller. So it's called the V28. Sometimes I think L. Perex calls them the 48 or something. But this is the Vision V28 tub. So just go on the Vision website or at Alurex. There you can see all the sizes. So thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye bye.